Thor, I promise to destroy your world.
In 10 days, the galaxy needs its guardians.
You said this would be a relaxing holiday.
The summer of love.
Today that will go down in history.
And thunder begins.
Today, we'll fight!
This is my vow. Oh, gods will die.
That may or may not be catastrophic for the whole universe.
Do you swear to guard the Nine Realms?
I swear.
And do you swear to preserve the peace?
I swear.
One of the early decisions we made at Marvel Studios was bringing on Thor. And we always knew we wanted to find an amazing performer who had the chops to perform this character as we saw him. We looked the world over, and we found Chris Hemsworth.
This world is my punishment. It's my punishment for my endless pursuit of glory.
The way Chris did it, we thought, okay, this is gonna work.
It's really, really just impressive to watch him work. He's so committed and works so hard. He has such incredible comedic talent as well.
This drink, I like it. Another! Is that the best you can do?
Chris Hemsworth as Thor.
This is what it's all about, you know, is coming and meeting the people who love the characters more than anyone, and so that's a very, very special thing.
It really is inspiring because he is brave enough to try things and see what sticks.
Mind-blowing, you know? It's gonna be incredible.
What a classic Thor adventure.
And flick!
Oh, you flicked too hard, damn it!
Welcome back, everyone. This will be my brand new Thor Love and Thunder trailer video. There's some new footage. A lot of you have also been asking me to do a video about Beta Ray Bill. Where is he? We've already seen him in the MCU before, like he's already been canonized to the MCU. So a lot of people are just waiting to see him in an actual movie. And I'll explain what's going on with Guardians of the Galaxy during the movie and Guardians of the Galaxy 3, the Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special, which also coming later this year. James Gunn has been hyping up. If you're brand new to the channel, we're doing a giveaway for Thor Love and Thunder IMAX tickets. All you have to do to enter is be a subscriber and leave all your theories about the movie on the video. I'll name a winner during this video too. But just starting with some of the new scenes from the trailer, obviously we have all the Thor versus Celestials, just funny scenes with him crashing through them using the space goats. Like, you get a much better shot of the ghost just causing all kinds of trouble in the Godhead meeting here at Omnipotent City. If it wasn't clear, all these scenes where you see Thor versus Zeus, his men, all the other gods, that's taking place at the MCU version of the Godhead, like a meeting of all the most powerful gods. Not every single god, but the most powerful gods. And the reason why the Celestials would be there, or they'd have representatives there from the Celestial host, is just because it's a meeting of the most powerful cosmic figures. There's a version of this that happens during the Thanos Infinity Gauntlet storyline that they kind of skipped over during the actual movie version of Infinity War, where Odin, at that time was still alive, met with a lot of the most powerful gods inside the 616 universe, but they get trapped by Thanos on Asgard when he breaks the Rainbow Bridge. But this is kind of meant to be the movie version of that. They're paying it off as part of this Gore storyline because he's trying to kill all these gods, so of course they'd be meeting to try and figure out what to do about him. And for those of you asking, yes, Gore would become powerful enough eventually to kill the Celestials. The version of the Necro Sword in the movie is going to be a little bit different. I've already explained how the Shadow Realm is meant to be an alternate dimension that Thor explains in a previous clip that we got from the movie. And it just seems like the Necro Sword is filled with energy from that dimension, and something about that different type of cosmic energy makes it powerful enough to kill gods in the MCU. But like the reason why you don't see Khonshu in the background here with the Egyptian pantheon, they explained during Moon Knight that they'd banished him from their presence, so no matter where they were meeting, they wouldn't allow him to be there. You see a little bit of behind the scenes footage of Thor swinging Stormbreaker around during one of the scenes at New Asgard fighting Gore's army. There's also some brand new footage of him with the Guardians of the Galaxy saying the galaxy needs their guardians, and it's as they get ready to leave and go off on their own to go find the 2014 version of Gamora. When Thor goes his separate way with the goats and Valkyrie back to New Asgard in the newer version of the costume before he finds out about Gore the God Butcher. But you may have seen some talk about Beta Ray Bill recently in your timelines. The reason why people are talking about him is because Kevin Feige was talking about introducing other variants of Thor in the future, like other versions besides Chris Hemsworth and Natalie Portman's Thor. So a lot of websites took that to be a reference to their long-term plans for Secret Wars, Avengers 5, Avengers 6, more multiverse stuff, which is more variants of a lot of the characters in general from the Avengers movies. The cool connection to comic book Secret Wars is because they very literally did the Thor core with many, many alternate versions of the character. And they were basically like God Emperor Doom's glorified police force on Battleworld. But in the MCU, if you're talking about alternate versions of Thor, like you have Frog Thor that we saw on Loki, cannot wait to see him come back in some form. Beta Ray Bill would be like the next biggest, most different version of Thor you could introduce, who's not just like another version of Chris Hemsworth playing Old Man King Thor with the Destroyer arm, or just like another variant. Fun fact too, Chris Hemsworth actually did the voice for Frog Thor. Even though it just sounded like a couple grunts coming out of that little Frog Thor, it was Chris Hemsworth that did brand new dialogue for those grunts. But because Beta Ray Bill was already featured during Thor Ragnarok, he's already been canonized to the MCU, like he's already an MCU character. In fact, there have actually been a lot of other Easter eggs and deleted scenes featuring Beta Ray Bill in the Marvel movies already. There have been some Beta Ray Bill deleted scenes in earlier Marvel movies. Kevin Feige just said they're saving the character for a big upcoming story. Recently, Marvel just posted the screenplay for Avengers Endgame. There were obviously a ton of deleted scenes and moments that didn't make it into the final cut of the movie, but one of them is actually a big Beta Ray Bill Easter egg. When the Avengers go back in time to get all the different Infinity Stones, you go to 2014 when they're trying to steal the Power Stone. During this, you see a bunch of scenes with Gamora, Nebula, and Thanos of 2014 culling half the population of an alien planet talking to each other. It's revealed in the screenplay that this planet is actually Corbin, the home of the Corbinites, and the home of Beta Ray Bill. Now, this character that they're fighting is not Beta Ray Bill. This is just another Corbinite wearing a giant suit of armor. The Corbinites themselves don't look like Beta Ray Bill. The reason why Beta Ray Bill looks like this is because his people genetically modified him to become even more powerful and defend them from anybody that sought to do them harm. Think about the timeline of this too. This is happening in 2014, before the events of Thor Ragnarok. And during Thor Ragnarok, we found out that Beta Ray Bill really was a character. They actually deleted some of his scenes early on. The reason why his head shows up on the Grandmaster's Tower is because he was going to be one of the members of the Contest of Champions before the Hulk came along. So it's implied that the Hulk defeated him when he came to Sakaar. So it's implied that Beta Ray Bill had to leave the planet or flee when Thanos killed half of the people in exile, and that's how he wound up in the Contest of Champions. The really cool connection to Thor 4 Love and Thunder, Beta Ray Bill and Thor, is that in the comics, when they first met each other, they actually fought. In the movies right now, Thor still wields Stormbreaker, but in the comics, that's the name of Beta Ray Bill's hammer. His hammer looks a little bit different. He was given that hammer by Odin after he defeated Thor in combat. Imagine how much Beta Ray Bill would hate Thor for not protecting his people, knowing that he was supposed to become king after Odin, and that the Avengers gained the ability to time travel, and Thor didn't use that to help the Corbinites and Beta Ray Bill's people. So early prediction, that's one reason for them to fight each other. Beta Ray Bill would be pissed that the Asgardians were not helping them, protecting them the way they were supposed to. The other funny connection to the movies too, you have to remember, is that during 2014, when Beta Ray Bill's home planet is busy being culled by Thanos here, is that it was actually while Loki was pretending to be Odin, also not really being king, mostly just chilling out watching plays of himself. So Marvel's already done the legwork of giving Beta Ray Bill a really cool backstory and a motivation that explains what he was doing during Avengers Infinity War, Avengers Endgame, what he was doing on Sakaar and the Grandmaster's Contest of Champions before the events of Ragnarok, and how his backstory also connects to what's happening, at least thematically, during Thor Love and Thunder with Gorr's mission to kill all the gods, because he thinks that they're useless and they don't actually care about their own subjects. And they'd have to say that he either got Stormbreaker or another version of his comic-accurate hammer in a different way, or if they just want to save him for something like Secret Wars and bring him from the multiverse, he can show up with any version of the hammer that they want. But after that, introducing the character, you're really just talking about doing a version of the Loki army that we saw during Loki Episode 5, but with versions of Thor, and just calling it the Thor Corps. Like every crazy version of Thor you've ever seen in the comics, ever. Really want to see some scenes with Alligator Loki versus Frog Thor. That would be fantastic. But as for what's going on with Guardians of the Galaxy 3, the whole idea is that they're really trying to introduce Adam Warlock, and it sounds like a version of the High Evolutionary in the MCU. Now, I don't know exactly how they're going to explain Counter-Earth, where High Evolutionary is supposed to have his main base, because it sounds like he's going to be the person in the MCU who created Rocket or modified him with all that technology. They might just say that he came from a different planet instead of saying that he came from a different universe. Will Poulter's going to be playing their version of Adam Warlock. Apparently he got super buff for it too. I'm not expecting to see him during the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special, but James Gunn did say that that's going to be canon and it will help set up what's happening after the events of Thor Love and Thunder, but before the beginning of Guardians of the Galaxy 3. And not every single character from Guardians of the Galaxy 3 will be in the holiday special, like it'll just have some of the characters. We might get a Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special teaser trailer either at the Marvel Comic-Con panel this summer or at the big Disney Plus Day event in September. But everybody post all your Beta Ray Bill theories in the comments below. What do you want to see them do with that character in the MCU? My Thor Love and Thunder review video is allowed to post next Tuesday, so look out for that. In my full Thor Love and Thunder post-credit scene, Easter egg videos, breakdown of the entire movie, that'll start posting after the movie actually comes out later next week. Congratulations, Valhalla Industries, you're the giveaway winner from my last big Marvel video. Please email me on the About page of my channel so I can get your contact details. Everyone click here for my brand new Doctor Doom video in the MCU, and click here for my full Miss Marvel Episode 4 video in Easter eggs. Thank you so much for watching, everyone stay safe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.